Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are talking about the nopCommerce performance optimizations. Many nopCommerce stores become slower while products, category, and traffic are increased. In this tutorial, I will explain the technical techniques that developers can use and the nopCommerce stores will be significantly faster. So let's start.
Okay, so let's start with the agenda. Why performance matter, common performance problem, caching in nopCommerce, database optimizations, image optimizations, plugin performance, infrastructure optimizations, and performance checklist. Why performance matters? Slow websites reduce the conversations, customers leaves a slow store, fast website improve the SEO ranking, better performance improve for user experience. So whenever your website is slow, like nopCommerce store is slow, there will be a matter for the SEO, reduce your conversation rate, and leave the customers. Where we are using the website, the most important part is that our business, our sales, and if your store is slow, your business will be low. So this is the most important part that we need to take care of, that your store is most faster. Common performance problems, like what are the common problems that you need to be checked as a developer, as a business? First, slow database query. So you need to check like which are the queries is slow that running in your software. Like while you are using the plugin, the plugins has some problems, that will be a query will be slow, your entire page will be slow. So this is the first part will be there, you need to be checked. Second one is the larger product image. Images is larger, will be there. It will be also slow your page. Too many plugins. Like if unnecessary plugins will be there and it will be not in use, then reduce the plugins. That will be also impact on your performance. Caching not properly configures will be there. The caching systems is will be not properly while you are developing. It will be not used properly. It will be not configured properly. Then it's also slowing your performance will be there. Slow hosting infrastructure, your infrastructures will be slow whenever you are hosting, that will be also impact your slowness of the sites will be there. Let's go one by one, will be there. nopCommerce casings will be there. This is the most important part that developers need to be understand. Use building case systems of the nopCommerce. You need to use the exactly whatever the nopCommerce is using, you need to be use that same exact as it is will be there. You can also check with the IStaticCacheManagers will be there for the storing the data. That will be a most important part that you need to be, as a developer you need to check, like use the caching systems will be there. Let me show you on the code side. See here it is, IStaticCacheManagers will be there. If you use this one, this will be most important when this methods will be used. Like here it is, remove prefix and the clear asyncs will be there. As a developer you think about that, remove prefix will be in your systems. Like suppose if you develop your plugins, that will be update your stock from the ERP, okay, and you are using the clear cache after updating the course, after updating the stock. So that will be your mistake, because if you use the clear cache, your entire store's cache will be clear. That is not good practice. You need to be use remove by prefix. You while you are using, the products will be updated only for the stocks. You just need to be remove the cache only for the stocks. So while the new products will be refreshed, it will be coming from the database and update your stock quantity will be there. So this way you need to be will be there. If you use the remove, use will be there. If you are using some specific IDs or specific keys that you need to be update, you just need to be update only that particular keys. So this will be the case mechanism, it will be effect. This will be a slow, but it will be very effect in your performance. So this is the important part for the developers. Cache frequently accessible from the informations, so it will be frequently accessible. It will be used that reduce unnecessary database queries. So this will be most important, as I said, like if you use the cache, it will be reduce the database query and it will be coming from the cache directly. It will be faster for that. Example uses for the cache: product list, category, store configuration setting, and frequently requested data. These are the lists that you need to be use the cachings. Like nopCommerce default is you also using for the product list. But if you can use your own query to showing some product list on some pages, then you also need to be use the cachings will be there. Otherwise, every time the data will be calling from the database. So this is important part of that. Database optimizations, add indexing in the SQL server. The first you need to be checked like indexings will be properly or added will be there. If you create a new tables, that new tables has also properly index will be there. As I'm giving you example that if your ERP systems will be update the quantity, instead of that, if you are supposed to be add a products directly from the ERP from supposed some task scheduler, and every night some new products will be added or some products will be unpublished, then you also need to be after your jobs will be done and update will be product, you need to re-indexing of the product table. It will be very useful for the optimizations. Avoid unnecessary queries, like if it is not required the query, you need to avoid that. Suppose in the database side, if you don't require the specific query, then you need to avoid that. Let's showing you one examples will be there. uh, we are building a plugin in the last video. I'm just opening that plugins will be there. Suppose on the home page, uh, components it will be, and this is the methods components will be there, and here the query will be there. So what I'm trying to say that if you are using the where clause over here, if write this query, this will be unusable query will be there. So this will be slowing your performance will be there. You can are you getting all the data from the database, and you just need to require only one data to showing the users. So instead of that, create new service. On that service, just pass the ID and get only the data whatever you required and cache it on it. So if you are caching this, next time the page will be refreshed, it will be not going to the data to get from the database, it coming only automatically from the cache systems. That will be fastest for that. Monitor the slow queries. You need to be monitors like the slow database query, that you need to be used like stopwatch will be there. If you want to like this, if we this query may be slow, then how much slow and what need to be improved. Then firstly you need to check like how much times it will be to get. So you can use the stopwatch over here. Suppose where start date equals to new date time, where end date equals to new date times, where difference equals to start date and end date, and you can use dot milliseconds. So in this case you can check like this methods is particularly how many milliseconds will be taken while your database is running. So whilst you are using this, you can check about these methods, and in these methods how many queries will be running, what are the improvement process you need to be check. You need to take care of this. The next one is image optimizations. Compress production image, product image will be there. You need to be compressed. Like if you are using larger images, like in a catalog page, there will be a 10 products will be showing, and 10 products has like showing suppose 200 by 200 pixel by 200 pixels, and your image is suppose 15,000 pixel to 15,000 pixel will be there. That will be a huge gap will be there. If you are also have like 1000 pixel to 1000 pixel and you are showing only 200 by 200, that will be a causing an issue to loading the impressions will be there. Use optimized format like a WebP. A WebP is the fastest to load the images. So if you are want to convert the images on the WebP, that will be very useful. If you are upload only WebP images will be there, or if you have a JPEG images will be there, there is a marketplace plugins will be there to convert automatically JPEG image to WebP. That is also useful. I also developed the WebP plugins for one of my customer, and that will be very useful to faster to load the images. Avoid very large images will be there, like whilst you are uploading the images, and check like what are the pages will be slow. You can see like the images are very huge, like more than 2 MB, more than 5 MBs will be there. That will be reduced to use. And use CDN for the faster delivery. You can use like CDNs will be there for the blob storage. nopCommerce is also providing and CDN providers for the blob storage defaultly, and you can configure it from the admin app settings will be there. You can just configure CDN URL, and it will be all the images will be coming from the CDN instead of the instead of your local server. That will be a faster improvement as well. The next one is plugin performance will be there. Avoid heavy query inside the plugins. Like whatever the plugins you are developed, you need to avoid like more heavily query will be there, and where the plugins will be used, that is most more important things will be there. If your plugin is used on the home page, if your plugin is used in the checkout page, you need to more carefully write the query. If your query is very heavily, you need to think about that, like what are the uses only for the home page and what are the uses only for the checkout page. That will be most important part that you are once you are loading the page. Use the services instead of controllers for the logics. Like all the logics that you are building, use the services, because service is very useful to get the logics. That will be also a performance improvement as well. If you can see in the previous plugins, whatever all the data queries will be there, inside that service will be there, all the query logics and everything will be there. So this will be more important will be there. Suppose here we can get all the data will be there from this services, get homepage data, and here we can just see the logics will be applied. That if we have active true titles will be there. Instead of that, if you are returning back and check the data will be there on that page, it will be not a usual case, because here it's only written a queries will be there, and query will be filtered out. So instead of returning the code on the controller, you need to use the services as better options for the performance as well. Use the background task for heavy operations will be there. As I said in previously, if suppose your some of the operations like a stock update or like plugins like products will be updated from the ERP, then you need to use the task scheduler for the backend and the task schedulers will be running on the off hours. Like suppose you are running the business in US, and US night time has is, we can say that like 1 or 2 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. so people are not using the website more likely, then on that times you can run the scheduler to update all the inventories as well. That is more powerful for the structures. And follow the nopCommerce architectures. That will be also important for the developers, that you need to must have to follow the nopCommerce architectures. In the previous video I also explained all the architectures, or how it is will be there, and you can see in my plugins that I also uploaded on the GitHub as well. So you can see the admin areas will be there. If I have only two controllers will be there, one for configuration, one for the product data as well, then after I also separate all the admin parts, all the models and views over the folders. This will be structurized, and it will be very useful for the developers and for the performance as well. Infrastructure optimizations. Use Redis distributed case. That I also said that if you want to use the Redis case, it will be much faster to your website, and Redis case will be useful if you are using the multi tenant systems will be sorry, not a multi tenant, but multiple instance will be there. If you are using suppose AWS, and AWS has a multiple instances, then Redis case is very helpful to sync the data as well. Use CDN for the cloud front and Azure CDN as well. For the CDN, not only for the images, but so if you are used to CDN for the cloud front, so all the JavaScript and CSS is also loading from the CDN. That will be useful. Suppose if you have small modifications, like all the CDN, like all the CSS and JavaScript also using loading from the CDN, that will be a faster scalable sites will be useful. Use scalable cloud hostings will be there. like if your products and traffics everything will be huge, then use the scalable hosting like as AWS an example will be there. AWS has provided a multiple instance will be there. So while you are using scalables will be there. So once your traffic is today is suppose 10,000 people at a time on your website, your servers will be taking like 3 instances to running smoothly will be there, but in tomorrow's like suppose 1000 your systems will be taking 1 instance will be there. So your cost is also reduced while using 1 instance, and you are using 3 instances at the time, the cost will be reduced, will be up. So that will be also scalable systems will be also automatically handles while the traffic is increased, the server capacity will be automatically increased. Monitor the application performance while you are using the website. You can use the monitor the systems where it will be slow and what times, at the times like what the traffics will be there. Based on the traffics the product systems like order systems will be slow, catalog will be slow, homepage will be slow. So in that like monitoring, then we can optimize at what type of peoples that and what times and how many users will be hitting our website, and based on that we can improve the performance. These are the performance checklist that need to be checked. Like firstly we need to check enable cachings will be there. If your site is so, first you need to check like caching is enabled or not. If it is not, enable the caching. Optimize database query. If you are writing any kind of custom plugins, customize the codes will be there, homepage will be, everything will be there. And in that case, like if the database queries is used, you need to be first optimize that one. Compress images. You can check like whatever the images are there in your website and it is not compressed, then you need to be compressed like whatever the size is required. Based on the nopCommerce, it will only use that size. And possibility use the converting web images, that will be also necessary use. Reduce unnecessary plugins will be there. So that is important part. If your plugins is not in useful like showing the data somehow home page will be there, the data will be like always loading but there is no useful. So need to reduce like uninstall the plugins and whatever uninstalls will be there, you can perform that. Use the CDN and distributed caching. That's the most important also as well. Once you are using the CDN, your all images will be loading from the CDN or the JavaScript and CSS as well. Your performance will be very optimized will be there. The conclusion of these will be there like performance optimization is critical for the nopCommerce store. So like if you are not optimized, your sell will be down and your business will be affected. So performance is very important for every business while you are as a developers, but if you are as a thinking about a store owner, that is very important part. So while you are a developer, you need to think about as perspective of store owner, like your site will be not slow. Apply the best practice for scalable systems. Like while you are using any kind of systems, you need to be a practice like specific practice, like you need to follow all these steps like nopCommerce structures will be there, caching systems will be there, unnecessary plugins. These are the practices that you need to follow day by day. So while you are scaling with the system, it will be not problems will be there. These all are the things that you need to be check with the performance optimizations for the store. Thank you for watching video. If you have any questions, you can comment out me on this channel. If you like this video, subscribe this channel. Thank you very much.